Let's move on. Petrol is now selling 81. Petrol is now selling.
Want to accept the fact. You thought I didn't have the letter.
Diesel is selling. This letter, to be frank, for better want of words, is as useless as anything.
Because you don't want to be educated.
As far as this conversation is
concerned. No. If you want to be educated, it has a correlation.
It's about colleges of education.
No. It has a correlation with what you just read.
Petrol, let's go.
To disabuse the minds of viewers.
Sami. Oh, prempin yenya consul nechi se na betenasia. E wo se kan hun se ye woni pa dodo a omo hwen a omo nim de. Sebe yenya yentimi nya so opportunity na betena consul say ye buy educated the public. But won say be yenya akonya no a e wo se yetimi manokre eye dwuma. Kafu ye one of the finest administrators at minimum. Or he's an administrator of a school. And Kafu knows what he's talking about. I'll go to the fuel issue. Here we are treating an issue of training colleges, the teacher training colleges. Now I'm going to be second cycle if the letter be about to say it doesn't add up. It's two different things altogether.
What makes it two different?
Please let us understand. People are watching us. People are watching us. The issue is that training colleges have brought out that they cannot meet their target or their supply demands. And you see, put the letter anyway, the good people are watching.
Let's talk about petrol. Let's talk about petrol.
Yeah, answer about outside and the fuel will be selling at 17 cities. But unfortunately, man, the crime could do for a pump now 18 cities instead of 17, 18. And our diesel, since I'm going to do 106, 109 in some stations. Oh, Sammy, it's simple. Why are these things happening? When you have a weak leadership in government, this is the end result. It's simple. Nanado should prevent the issue, and I say issue, stop giving out duty freeze. May can't assembly a stresses distance we can curtail it. Nanado also preventing duty free now. Or demand in mano. Sir painting contract or demand about $25 million. And we here. Sir $6 million or demand about Franco BA said them. And we here. Once we are doing this, you are still triggering this in the dollar. And a Ghana and a Omaimu. Once a dollar no be shoot up and a be increase, it affecting goods and commodities.
Is it public fund?
He says, now painting now or painting those first interchange. Contract on the money, 25 to the tune of $25 million.
What?
Yes, $25 million.
Documents to prove.
You mean it?
Show documents to viewers. Sammy, why are you not asking for the document? You asked me to provide a document.
You asked me to
copy. No, I will not allow you to be biased. You are the one.
I'm the one.
Listen. I'm the one. Documents are they about trust anyway.
So Ojai Sadiano now or cutting down the size of the government. Now the profligated expenditure now omutimi cut so. Obetu 2016, Obetu the presidential expenditure, it was moving around 700 million. Since we are almost getting to 4 billion, 4 million Ghana cedis. Well, so to me, extra expenditure we so now or cutting the size of government. Now to me, Saki Nebusia Fonibi or Mom Kofi because they are incompetent, they are super crass competent. Or Mom Kofi no nyandi or more money dear. The economic wizard backgrounds. These things will curtail. And then once a dollar no issue to up, a matching hand in hand with the fuel. It is a dollar no cost one. It is a fuel will also shoot up. It is so to me, yes, I did some measures. I'm boy, so to me, a castle now to me cut it down all this expenditure, not to me cut it down or to me reduce the size of the government. Or to jai that kind of contract now, it's duty free airport or terminal 3 or demand in bar. Those so just that kind of things now. It will help to stabilize the dollar. A stabilizing dollar now. The dollar will be able to match the fuel prices and the fuel prices will not be shooting up. Because once fuel prices will go up, it affects everything, basically everything in this country. Because young Ghana, once a dollar will go up, and only determine the goods and the prices of the goods and commodities. It is what to me as a government, your immediate target must be, or priority must be, to handle the dollar, the rate at which the dollar is flying. If you remember, Sammy, under President Bahama, dollar no ever rise. It may take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and some say dollar should up. Sometimes it maybe about stabilizing, about almost 3 months consistent in that dollar not stabilizing. But it's not the same. And then we know Kasano, who banking horses here, who can swap a dollar. on be rate no. Uka so a dos na o twen say befa within the next 1 hour. Besa shoot up. The dollar is running. That is what is happening. And what says prices of your friends prices now. Call hotels, call your friends other installation services now charging in dollars. I mean, we are not in America. We are in Ghana for God's sake. They should stop charging things in dollars. They should allow the city to work. Because there's a pressure on the dollar. Dollar now. And while we are in the city economy, until Sadio when Yanu say abano etimi the measures are two in place. Now otimi make sure say they will prevent or they will go into arrest people who charge services in dollars. Illegal per our laws in this country. Illegal say obe charging in dollars. So what is preventing them? And then make sure my colleague back home so make us so they are the ones providing those services, selling of those houses, those different services now more than they are changing charging dollars no. One more render those services. So you don't expect them to say they won't charge in dollars. But it is a crime against the state. Because Ghana no exceed na ye daily. So say your person yet me tackle that dollar issue. We are say the rate at which the dollar is rising one. And on say goods and commodities and other services must be charged in CD terms. That's one. Two, the profligated expenditure now abano yes they have to cut it down. They have to cut it down by half. And secondly, the size of the government, Nanado government, we don't need that 100 and something to 30 ministers. Also cutting it down by half. If not, at least to 90 and 95 price, okay. Now, second, and the third, fourthly, serve duty free now or the man in bar and a serve contract, juicy contract, or the master.
I know,
but cut it down.
I know, say, a duty free shop at Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3 is being, can say, controlled by President Nedota. But you're talking about $25 million contract, say, painty a year. Can you give us any source of information regarding to that?
Mami, say, time now, I will just go through and get that document so that we can get it. Because
so wrap up in 2 minutes.
As I'm doing say, yentna bedroom keke and kasem keke. We make sure we work with facts.
Okay.
Because one, your manu asem ene yeka.
Yeah.
And ania es koswa en yeyana en twakwa mana en sem fata say economy no. E don asem na yeka.
Sure.
Because that's I mean, me kwa koto fuel enyime yi no. Price no mo bom am na esa price no na koto e.
Sure.
O man catch me say fuel no mpe dede. O man bi o man no catch me say fuel mpe dede. And o man san bisa me say me Ghana card wan na nka o mo di fuel no po ache me. So let's get to the realities. Let's get to the facts. Oh, dum pepe so bia e was say etimi hwe yen for ne ka no kra no kire. They should do the right thing. At the end of the day, no Ghanaian is begging Nana to say, I'm not brand breakfast and also my man lunch. All that we are saying that make the create that platform, create that enabling environment, economy to be stable, economy be good. Economy okay. We the team for and as citizens, yakasa we go about our daily duties and as our job and our your work. Until say economy juma yakasa enya is it me fidin. But say Oma system don't yet what is currently going on in the country no. Kafui, will you sit here and watch into the camera and tell the citizens of this country, say, you are happy with this economy?
Yes, I am happy.
Really?
Yes, because on my penny, the Niama to Tuakwemwa,
and
I am happy.
And
yes,
okay.
Even though we admit there are challenges.
The good people of this country are watching.
Okay.
And they will
so rather I'm reading messages. Once I'm reading message, get the fact and send it to me on WhatsApp and we project it here. Then you go through. Very good evening, Mr. Hunto. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. Great. In fact, you are doing a great job for Mother Ghana. As for Akufo-Addo and his MPP, the least said about them, the better. They have the men. They have the men to know, see the way you guys are struggling in power. Governance is a serious business, not for jokers like non-performing party MPP from Ghc inside Sakumono Estate. We say, Mr. Same, please tell Kafui we are still waiting for the first link before this letter from the ministry. Else he's lying and should please respect himself and shame the devil. Look at the top man. Look at that top man. They are chopping our money. Nyafu, nyafu, nyafu. They don't care about the good people of Ghana. Brahma Abdullah La Paz. Very good evening and God bless you for the good work. Akufo-Addo and his government are just a bunch of heartless, shameless devils who only are for their selfish ambition. I have been disappointed in this government since 2019, and I was much disappointed on the last speech of the president, realizing from his speech that he has even no solution for the crisis we are facing, but said it's between 6 months to 2028 that we should hope for the betterment of our currency. Please, I suggest you don't invite the MPP boy. They on the show, I see they again, because this small mind people have nothing good for us. God bless you and God bless our homeland, Ghana. What's in there? Where's Sammy? Your man has started again. Oh, I mean the MPP man. He has a Ghanaian. I see he was a Ghanaian last week, but this week MPP. I'm a Ghana. Sammy, you said it. I was thinking it was a joke. I'm Ike from Bola City of America. Hunter, have you seen the way the MPP man is behaving? These kind of people are those that cause problem in a country. Also, Hunter, let's not expect so much from our politicians. Our educational system has failed us over the years. And the most serious problem is that we don't recognize there is a problem. Sometimes I feel so sad when I see the young children who are going through almost the same educational path that has rendered most of the Ghanaian youth so unproductive. We have to train our people to solve problems for the broader society rather than depend on government for employment. This is Apia from Sunyani Nodiaba. Good evening, Mr. Good evening, Sami, and your partner, Bra Sami. Please don't waste your time on someone who knows that what he or she is saying is not true, but trying to attribute his ignorance to the public. I got Tim Ever Johnson if inside East Legon or the other. Congrats, General. Congrats, General, Mr. Host. I'm very disappointed in the MPP government. They have turned Ghana into a wrong way. Now Ghanaians are suffering and bleeding. We are going to bring NDC back to power again. From Mr. Eric Quatin, NDC branch organizer, Oyarefa Special Eyes. Greeting to General Razak, and once again, congrats. Good evening, Mr. Host. I know why you've been bringing this particular MPP man to your show. Maybe you don't value how important is your show. That is why this man invite this man to your show. He doesn't know anything he speaks. Hi, Mr. Sami. Tell the man in the smoke that he should accept that his government is a total failure. Most heads of colleges write to the Minister of Education, that's MOE, before the Minister of Education wakes up from his slumber. Nobody forced MPP, promises training allowance, and even though colleges of education are running tertiary programs and such as traditional universities who enjoys student loans under their watch, student loans can't even be accessed. Really? Hi, Hunter, please. I'm in Kumasi, but the PRO of the Education Ministry was interviewed today, and he confirmed it. I mean the letter. So the letter, and you read it. Letter was second cycle education and never colleges of education. Tell the MPP man that we are not talking about theory. You came and sit and defend the president. Students are dying of hunger, and he's there talking about theory. The vice president said, if you have done it, your good work will show it. NPP government shouldn't try to go for campaign in 2024. Sammy, good evening. Please, 61 years old man knelt down on face-to-face City TV to beg President Anado not to throw Ghana into gutters. Please, we need the military. I'm from Tema. Good evening, Mr. Hunter. Now, Kafui is a gentleman. He should just surrender from MPP to join NDC. Good evening. Tell the MPP man that 6 years in power, they still talk about Mahama, meaning they have nothing to offer this country. Okay, coffee. Petrol, 81 Ghana cedis per gallon. Diesel, 106 Ghana cedis per gallon.
Now, what people would have to understand is that politics is about what others have done that would equal him. Until there is no way we will come and sit here and do politics without talking about an opponent who has served his term and wants to come back. In the moment you say, that is the reason why we have to do politics of comparison. Medasi Bebre, I think Seminia Razake Kasano, he spoke about Umano Petrol issue. Na mean himself about walking through the process. Why the challenges, why the increase, baby, I do cover by ye, I do come 1 year, I be catch and say, ye intimate minister. So, Sammy, if you look at ex-President John Dramani Mahama, in the era when he pushed us through that mess, the difficulties that was pushed under our throat, Sammy still I know who do 85 ministers were to me anti-so. How then are they coming to preach to us and say, we should be able to reduce our ministers to 65? So to me, in a sad time on one, he should have preached to us better. So I mean, yes, Petrol, the Etienne say, in 2015, in the NDC for share Ghana for him, catch Ghana for say, my bre any subsidies are, to my Ghana for petrol. So it Ghana for Ankasan farm tam and farm more catchery. And don't you know, making sure some call parliament. Echo deregulation, deregulate fuel.
No, but seleka.
Could deregulate fuel. No
good.
No could deregulate that deregulation process. No. Some MIT say a free start time 2015 econo. Abaya yin say free fuel and one semun yina ne di other beto hu ye a 2 pen na ban betumi di aton na MPA aye obi a obeye police e dia type petrol nachi dia ka no eye market forces ye ka market forces a dia okokra petrol na ba ene dia okoto no woni ho no omo na eso ombo be determine on price na MPA are regulate enti aban enyi tumi bia wo petrol nsensem ho enti say ya ne ye educating crofo na ye mane ye ne say eye aban na aya omo fa so bo mo NDC fo no a sebio omo di Ghana fo abro
NDC fo fra bam so omo di regulate eye cedi dollar dispensation
Sami
because the major contributor of the fuel is dollar.
Building me case one say kasemutwa no yase abewu.
But you are
because
having conversation.
You are truncating my thoughts.
No, we are having conversation.
Yes, conversation here have. So me bad dollar ne so.
Okay.
Na me pese Ghana 40 ase baby free ba. Enu nti no ene petrol prices no uko dwama nso a se ne to ko bia no ebeto abo. Fa dollar enso brem. Ene amama nyina currencies enya issues. Ghana is not an exception. Yajitum say cedi ne dollar no or how but eno na president mayeti ase say eye nkrofo bi ina hihye presenters nachi eno mo sori o maye o forest bureau no mo TV so eno mo quote dollar rate and meba I feel say president are making utterance na sa presenter no a o quote sa prices no me you sure say by close of fortune no the police will ride on him na ya chini wi ya beka say aban tata we your friend is saying journalist what radio station catch and say oh she Ghana for so obi owo we bi onye careful na dollar be do 20 Ghana cedis by next week. Is it not the speculation we are talking about?
So people cannot speculate.
Sammy,
people cannot even predict.
Sammy, your prediction is based on what? Because there is an agenda that has been set, and that agenda is that let's use the radio stations to begin to predict the prices of dollar, and automatically once the prices of dollar is predicted or is speculated, the speculation must move with the wind.
Oh, per my expectation, by the time I never gonna be a dollar beba 3 Ghana cedis. By my expectation,
Sammy, and I make a choice say when you look at the speculations now, the speculations is motivated by the common good of creating evil for the Ghana city. So if it's motivated by the common good of creating evil for the Ghana cedis, then automatically it is something that we need to look out for. So, and you know, that is what we are talking about. And the dollar and the cedi has a correlative effect. And one thing I can say, so what the petrol bar, share His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, ne nsɛm a wɔka ye e wɔ kwasi ade ya, ɔse ɛno nti no ɔhaw a Ghanafoɔ kɔ mu no, na aban ayɛ na adwene sɛ no ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔpɛ fuel ba, fuel no aban ankasa betumi de aba, ye betumi make sure sɛ ye de beso Ghanafoɔ asene ama Ghanafoɔ kɔ mu adwom, ɛhefa ɛna ye nya ɔmampani bi ɔdwen Ghana ho sei. Ɔse ye kɔpɛ fuel aba, enti Ghanafoɔ nka ɔmako anto ɔmo yam, na ye be make sure sɛ efiri na ɛde kɔkɔsi bosumi bɛyɛ 2 weeks time no, aban be wura ma pɛ fuel aba, ye betumi de aba bɛte Ghanafoɔ brɛ so, na amaniema aba fam. A president who has done it before, so okaso obeye, sa president here, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the catch Ghana for say, emre na COVID jina so no, obema nkrofo free water, free electricity. He did it. Or the sikama nkrofo show madwumam, emre no the sikama mo ka business support no, enye ndisi foye ana Razak di ani mo Madina. Ena no mo call round Madina market take a say, omo munya sika ni bia mo muntia. Na ndisi buy the becho mo free. Na Razak ni anim as the secretary for Madina constituency. Odienim ina wo ye de no kita megaphone or take car so ina wo ya announcement ni sika no munyini o sika no munyini eye free money unya mambofo say ya sami ye be den yakoye ni unya mambofo say ya wo be den wakoma nim sami Razak me fro say be boa me metumi akama asem eti na me wa han mo no esro eti
about the forward revelation
eti sami what it is ne say. If you look at the processes that goes on, you need a government that is visionary, a leader that is strong, that is firm on the ground, that thinks about and then to be able to predict and based on that is what President is saying, that he is now ready to pick the bullet by the horn and tell us say on wa kope fango ni biaba ni ya make sure say obetumi di aba be show manim amatimamufu anya hoto. On the issue of fuel, we admit, as long as the deregularization sits with us, nobody can do anything about the prices. Even if government takes up all subsidies. And then there is a letter circulating by MPA.
To tackle the dollar.
And if you look at the letter by MPA, it's telling you even some of the taxes they've even asked the ministry to take cognizance of on where your previous fuel.
Almost subsidy, suspended.
If it's a subsidy, so you see,
it means kakrana bana so ase and we year feel.
So if you look at the issues of this deregularization, say if government now wants to go and bring in the fuel, now abide the bar at on the price. Say the fuel will be able to come at the price government is bringing it at. Okay. There are certain things you need to waive them off.
In 2 minutes.
The issue about deregulations,
Two minutes.
Because me ma come we Ghana for 2 minutes. And for them we show trim. It is trying to regulate the issues. What I'm trying to say is petrol, any the issue of deregularization. Say ye per party e di Ghana for bro. Na nkomu sikrumu nka ese Ghana for NDC. Because emre na President Kufuor no we mu nyina wo no, because the petrol was under a regime system no, na ye wo control so, na government subsidizing fuel. And then onu nko ohun ya oba ya odimirika say okwako deregularization. We no fuel no ene edisa ohaw yaba. But we have His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is ready, who is bold to tell us that whatever the challenges are, he's ready to carry us on and then to be able to move, say, you bet me amanyema akoye. And these are the issues.
Okay.
And what be Samia? That's my point.
Okay. Me you tell. I say, Mahama's full deregulation of petroleum markets, best decision ever. Bamia's advisor admits. A technical advisor at the office of the Vice President has admitted that the John Dramani Mahama government did Ghana a great service. with full deregulation of the petroleum market. Kabiru Mahama, while speaking on Metro TV's Good Morning Ghana program on Tuesday, November 1st, said there was no doubt that fuel prices are greatly contributing to hardship that Ghanaians are currently facing. It is going to be a very difficult situation for the consumer, and no one is taking away that particular fact that these are difficult times and that the public will have to brace up to sail through this storm. He submitted. He added that the pricing regime and liberalized system of Ghana's economic growth and development has made it virtually impossible for government to intervene in the market. We know that recently during the NDC government, we had to go full deregulation of the petroleum market. And even as I sit here, I think it was one of the best decisions. Okay. Where I a contract
contract now.
Kevin Taylor, some more become contract.
So your source is Kevin Taylor.
Yes. And me document, contract document.
And this is what he says. As you can see, closing down Royal Dutch Airline advert. According to him, the contract to paint the overhead was given to her out of favoritism, and according to who? Okay, speaking on his show, Kevin Taylor, Jan.
So is this what he's giving us as the source of the contract?
This is not enough.
So I'm working on getting the contract document itself. But young other one about the deregulation.
Yeah, deregulation is here. You said it, so it's here. This is the deregulation. The ABA is here, so there's no doubt about that.
So based on the deregulation now, me say Oman Penia be the chief Obra Bamia, on one of the advisors out say the deregulation program now, by 2 Jan, NDC by 2 Jan. That's the best to have ever happened to this country. Say, Kafu Itian say petroleum air. So where actually say deregulation about. What you have to do as a government is to first tackle the dollar.
Okay, 3 minutes now. You're close here.
Tackle the dollar.
You, my brother. This government has left the customers of Gold Coast Fund Management to their fate, even in these hard times. As though this is not enough. Isa and I'm Frank from Nsawa. Mosinanado is the disaster for the country. We say Mr. Hunter asked the MPP man to answer this question for me. Is he happy when Nanado chair is being carried in V8, guarded by 3 strong macho men, going around the country anytime Nana travels? Which means Mr. Sakwashiwe.
Sammy, since when did the president stop traveling in convoy? Bisano. Our successive governments, they travel in convoy.
The president chair.
You see, President chair, the chair does not sit on one whole cow.
Good evening, Mr. Nana Dadado and his family and friends are deeping us in poverty, but Allah will punish all. Yenya Chairman Abubakari media Accra on there by Mr. Hunter, please. Where is Samira Baumia, a woman who is seen behind her husband criticizing Muhammad day and night, but today she is nowhere to be found. Hey, Samira. We say, good evening, Sam. The next JDM government must jail all those in this government. Good evening, Samira. It's unbelievable to know that even at this current degree of suffering, the citizen of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, and the MPP government rather pulling down houses of already suffering Ghanaian. NPP and NDC are useless but incompetent. Don't you think Baumia is out there looking for $1, or dollar is able to arrest the man? Okay. Good evening, Mr. Good evening once again, Mr. Hunter. Mr. Sami, please, can someone help me understand the statement made by the president? He's saying that noise in the country is making the serious recession. Sika of Yempedide. Set Edifukumas on the Aba. Sika Impedide economy. Assemble Debi. Assume Atakra. Island City, Kumasi de Fraba. Good evening to you, Sami. My brother, I was with a gallon of fuel is 103 on 1st of November 2022. By the time it's 18 December 2022, I'm sure we will buy a gallon for 190 Ghana cedis or 200 Ghana cedis. Isa Eddie Free higher height. Please tell the NDC guy to stop these negative things to influence people in Ghana during the period of his party. The same story of dollar. People were charging a room, hotels, and others. We say Ghanaians are simply coward, including you. Nana must simply be impeached to step down. Until Nana leaves, this nation would never know peace. Means I'm never part of those people who are coward. I'm never a coward person. Okay, I'm wrapping up. Razak.
Sami.
1 minute.
Netiani say, Omano ayede, Kroma yeshi. Yebestra omanpeni na nado ni owura bamia because you see I put the bamia Mr. Wayera. I don't remember the last time me hunu Martin ne say all can issue about the dollar again and I say economy again. So my relegating do not to background also there. But yes, omo bomb de no mo hwe se no be ya on stabilize the dollar no. Because once omo to stabilize the dollar no, e be ma nyamamu be bad down kakra because Ghana currently the situation is challenging the rising cost of the rising rate of the dollar and the problem. So they should put measures in place to arrest the dollar and make sure that they will stabilize it.
Let's go.
So I say they watch at the time in Razak, but you see the fact of the matter is me share Ghana for in crime say President Takasa. But the Nyama be na President say fuel na e ko no send your year no COVID time no or share electricity or share water no or be making sure say obe now obe on the fuel be back I dey be ma filling stations that betumi
electricity ni
insu betumi ato yes yeah betumi ato betumi aba or the chair one mo use ni free o ma enuma nso sika e dey share mo enuma mu ene enuma no Razak bi anim no mo entua seska no enti president still na ba mu muye or the fuel be sanya ba na Ghana fo komatu adwo enti Ghana fo nya abotre eye den a
abusia ye da se ye be bia o hwedwuma die send messages by WhatsApp and Facebook da me nyina ba sempanyimfo na eto mo nka Yemia Razak Hussein a constituency secretary ma NDC Amanyosem Medina about to so na kafu ya Medina National Communication Team member the ruling party in the Petrol Ghc81 me am the Jumele Chama Medina Science amount to me the Swift Abanet in Koma which na gather the shares like I say former control room and NC and the crew. Good night.